So we are about to publish the economic update of Europe and Central Asia. The title of this report is Polarization and Populism. So these are not easy times for Europe and Central Asia. There are lots of shocks, starting with the Brexit vote, towards the refugee crisis, towards low commodity prices, still vulnerabilities in banking sectors. One observation of the report is that all these problems are not really reflected in short-term dynamics in GDP growth. In fact, we actually expect this year an acceleration of overall GDP growth to 1.6% from 1.4%. In the eastern part of the region, we see that countries are still grappling with the adjustments that are required because of the low oil prices. In the European Union, we see that there are still forces of the recovery and especially strong export growth. We see also in other surveys that people are less satisfied with their life, and we see an increased mistrust over the last 10 years in institutions. So why is there increased anxiety, increased mistrust in institutions? And the most promising explanation of these developments, these very challenging developments, are the changes in the labor market. What we see in the labor market is that employment rates throughout the regions are actually higher than before the crisis, but all the additional employment is in the form of temporary employment, in the form of part-time employment. And there is no full-time, long-term employment creation anymore in the region. So the conclusion of the report is that that is probably the area that is most promising as an explanation, and that is where policymakers should focus on if they want to contain that increased anxiety in social attitudes.